talking about the lottery, the huge lottery that didn't go out last night. Yes. Today is January 10th, 2016, and it was at 900 million last night, and the next drawing will be 1.3 billion. It has never been that high.
Yeah, that's incredible. I can't even imagine.
Did you buy a ticket?
Of course.
Did you buy more than one?
Yes.
Did you spend
But I
your
was
whole
reasonable.
paycheck?
No, I was reasonable. I bought 3 easy picks with the power play. So that was $9. And by the way, I cashed that in this morning. I had the Powerball, so I won
$4.
I won $12.
You won $12
because the power play was 3.
Oh yeah.
I had gotten the power play with them. That was another thing too. I wasn't sure whether to get the power play or not because, you know, you could use the extra money for an extra chance.
Yeah.
At the actual.
The way I understand it, the power play is only good not for the top prize. It's only for the
anything
other prizes.
but the jackpot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. So is it worth doing?
Well, it makes a difference. For example, my $4 was $12.
Yeah.
It paid for the ticket because the ticket was $9, which I usually wouldn't do. But when it's that high, you kind of get in the.
Oh yeah, see, and I spent $10. I bought 5 tickets, but 5 $2 tickets. I had 2 that I picked the numbers and 3 I did easy picks.
Right.
I was reading something that said that statistically, if you tried to cover every combination of number, I think if I read it right, it said that it would cost you about $500 million to cover every possibility. And the thing is then you would win, but the taxes and stuff, they said you would actually lose money.
Yes.
So it's not. It sounded like it was not possible to ever cover every possibility and make money.
Right. And I think they changed it so that you know, people, multimillionaires. I mean, obviously, if it's a $1.3 billion jackpot, and let's say statistically you could buy, you know, $500,000 worth of tickets and probably hit it. Well, that'd be an investment. Why wouldn't you do that? So I think they changed it so that doesn't happen because otherwise, people like us who can spend $5 or something on it wouldn't even have a chance.
We wouldn't even buy anymore if we thought it was rigged.
You wouldn't. But it's kind of interesting because as far as the power play, you know, sometimes I get power play. I usually play the lottery. I mean, I don't go out twice a week and make sure I get there and get a ticket. But whenever I get gas and go into the gas station to, you know, put gas in my car or get milk or bread or anything like that, when I run in, if I think of it, I'll just say, give me an easy pick, you know, Powerball or whatever. But when it's this big, you kind of get excited, you get into it, you know, so I'll spend a little more when it's a larger jackpot.
When it gets that big, I figured I spent $10 on this one. I wanted to have $10 worth of fun. So I sat down and made myself a little list of people that would get money and how much they would get. I figured even if I don't win, I had $10 worth of fun just going, oh, yeah, no, that person's not getting any money.
And you want to know what's so funny about that? Because I did the exact same thing. I'm sitting there, with my brothers and sisters, there's 7 of us, and that's divided by 7, that leaves us 50% up front, you know, 35, 40% after taxes. This is how much is left. Each of my siblings get this much. That's so that what I have left, my children, my grandchildren, do I want to do a trust fund? Definitely want enough to put in for a foundation. So the interest on that each year, you could help people, you know. And
so you gave that much to your family, though?
Yes.
My family was on the list, but I'm thinking, I mean, you got a big family too, so I'm thinking, I had listed all my nieces and nephews, and I listed my brothers and sisters, and I thought, well, I'll give them more, but I would do a trust fund for my nieces and nephews. Yes. But I thought my trust fund, I don't know enough about trust funds, but I thought I would set something up that if they wanted to buy a house, they could, you know, they could pull money out, that each one would have a certain dollar amount, but it would be all locked into certain life things. Like when they graduated college, they would get a certain amount. When they bought a house, they got a certain amount. Not necessarily when they got married, because you don't want to make somebody have to get married to get some money.
And to be honest with you, the trust fund idea, I think, is really a good idea because, you know, even for myself and my siblings, it was, okay, if we each got, you know, $10 million up front, of course I'm talking, you know, if you have $125 million after taxes, which is unreal, split and, you know, all of this. But if we each received, you know, even $5 million up front, and then from the trust fund money, we each get a couple $100,000 a year for the rest of our lives, you know, and our children get so much. Yeah. I would leave it up to my brothers and sisters to determine their own children, how much they want to give them, you know, and
Then would you set up one big trust fund? I thought I would set a trust fund up for each niece and each nephew.
I thought about one big one because
own.
you'd get a lot more money out of it if you have $50 million in a trust fund. And I don't know how much interest. I guessed 10% with that much money. If you got
interest
10%.
rates, no, interest rates are not very good right now.
But when you put, I read that when you put a huge amount, like if you put $50 million in an account, you're going to get, if you're only going to get 1 or 2% back from that, forget that. I'll go out and look for some other source of investment.
I talked to my banker quite a while ago when the interest rates were like 0.5% and 1%, and I put some of my money into a interest-bearing checking account because he said it didn't matter if you had tons of money. You can never, at that time, you were never going to get much. I really think about the only way to make much money is if you put it in the stock market and pick the right things.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm not a financial
interest rates
investment person whatsoever. So.
But anyway, so as far as, and I have one son. How many kids do you have?
I have 2, and I have 4 grandchildren, and tons of nieces and nephews. I don't know. I just want to take care of family and friends, and I want to take care of people who need it. I'd love to have a foundation, so each year you could, give money to charities and things that matter to you. Share it. Yeah, that's my thing.
My fund. Because I have a soft spot in my heart for single moms. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure single dads have a struggle just like single moms do. But tell you what, when I got divorced, my son was 7 years old. And you struggle. You don't have enough money for your car. I mean, I didn't go on food stamps. I didn't know any of that. So I had, those struggles. But when I talked to other people that said, you can get assistance for rent and electric and food, but you need a car to get to work.
I know.
And that is a big, so I thought if I won, I was going to set up a fund to fund the people that maybe they could apply for just repair money.
Right.
Something to keep the brakes in their car. I had a friend that was that way.
And I went through that same thing. I was a single parent, going to school and getting my degree and working a part-time job. And I had an old beater car, and it was always clunking out if it wasn't for my parents helping me half the time to get that repaired. And it's funny, I thought the same thing. Single parent.
Yes. I always say single mom, but that's just because I was a single mom. But
who was trying to do something.
Yeah.
Car is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And there's so many things like that you could do.
Yeah.
That
if you had that money. And some people will say, I don't want to win that much money. And I'm like, gosh dang, if you won $500 million and if you gave $1 million to 500 people,
yes,
you would make a difference in a lot of lives.
That's the bottom line. It isn't how much money you win; it's what you do with it. Yeah. Really, truly is. If you want to help people, the more money you do win, the more people you can help.
Yeah, and I thought I'd like to start maybe a business or something where I used to teach business ethics, and I always wanted to be have an ethical business where I could be good to my employees and share profits and all that stuff. Right. So that would be one thing I'd probably do too. Right. So, and I think we're running out of time now. So,
but let me just say, it's funny we're talking about all this. We're going to give all this money. We're going to help all these people, which I know we would do.
Yeah.
But for a little while, I will be in Hawaii, completely vegging out on an island where nobody can find me, enjoying at least a little tiny bit of that money, hopefully. So.
Oh, we could go on forever. When I used to teach, one of my topics would be what would you do with $500 million? And then that's how we would write an essay. So I would teach them how to have a central idea, and then each paragraph would be a different thing that they did. So that's how I taught them to stick to the topic and stick to the idea of each paragraph. And so so I've been talking about that for a long time.
Maybe we'll have to do a show on philanthropy.
Oh yeah, there we go. That'd be good. Okay, so just remember, time is up, but we want you to remember that life should be an incredible buzz.